You're now tapped in to the Amor Fati podcast with Mavi and Raw. Stay tuned to catch some of the most legendary and masterful conversations the world has ever seen. Two goats on the mic, going back and forth and debating about the world's most interesting topics. You are now watching episode 3 of Amor Fati.
Welcome to the Amor Fati podcast. You're watching here with Mav.
Raw.
In the building. That's capital A-M-O-R, capital F-A-T-I. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy our content.
Woo.
Hit that notification icon so you get notified
Talk about it.
for when we drop videos every single Friday. And if you don't want to miss the best conversations in the motherfucking planet, go ahead and donate to our Patreon link under the video. That's enough cyber begging. We're going to get straight into it, man. Where we at today?
Man, we are back again. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna be transparent, my boy.
Be honest.
Your boy tired, man.
I can tell.
Your boy a little tired, man.
I can tell, man.
I don't really drink energy drinks. Actually, don't really drink them. I don't drink them. But this is where I think a lot of people get, busy with the Celsius.
Are we going to have Raw do like 30 push-ups to wake up on the show? Like, I feel like that's what we're going to have to do at this point.
I bet you would love that, wouldn't you?
I need 25 burpees, 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups.
Fill that Patreon account up. You can get whatever you want.
I'm awesome.
Every butt you send, push-ups.
Hey.
Every butt you send.
Okay.
Sit up.
So we appreciate you guys tuning in, man. If you haven't been tuning in, we've been talking about an array of topics.
Yep.
We're not like one tunnel vision, one faceted kind of guys. We're multifaceted. We like talking about everything.
Yeah.
Pop culture. We like talking about music, movies, sports, pretty much everything that piques our interest.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The last time we left off, we were chit-chatting about cartoons, bringing that nostalgia element into it. And, we just want to pick up where we left off. I think we went over the top 3 cartoons.
Yeah, we did. And you had a elaborate breakdown. I kind of had the Reader's Digest of, shows. I kind of showed everybody that, I was a kid watching TV shows, and you were you were a genius watching TV shows. So
well, to be fair, so
you were showing off.
My knowledge of cartoons has come like a little bit after the fact. So like when I was a kid, I was surface level too.
Are you sure?
But when I became an adult, like YouTube exists, so it's like
facts.
These like fandom and all these lore on these videos. So you just learn a lot, and you get like you learn more deeply about a show, and like it's fun facts and like lore behind it more than you ever have before.
That's true. I mean, again, whether we were kids or adults, they put this stuff in the show.
Right.
When they put it in the show.
Right.
And I do think that, even though we are getting older, it's still cool to like watch cartoons, hop on a video game, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Have fun,
Yeah.
And like cartoons nowadays and other medias that we enjoyed as kids, they're getting better and better. You know what I'm saying? They're getting like visually more appealing, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of reasons why adults can really get caught into a cartoon these days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I still enjoy like the 2D like television cartoons. I'm kind of like getting like fatigued with like the 3D like Pixar type shit.
I get it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
I feel like the 2D animation space is like it's where it's at for me right now, because it's like I said, that Pixar formula is getting kind of dead. Like even a lot of Disney movies that are coming out, like the Elemental movie that just came out, it did terrible in the box office.
It did.
And I feel like people are responding to this like by saying like, all right, we're tired of this formula of the 3D, Pixar look. We want like back in the day, like you had like the Renaissance Disney films.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid all the way to like
Cinderella.
all that type of stuff. So
yeah.
It was from Little Mermaid to what was it? The last one? I think the last one was Tarzan. That whole from the 90s span.
Yeah. And Tarzan was kind of like starting to convert to like another like style of like sketching and stuff. You can kind of see a little bit.
It had 3D elements in it. Yeah, exactly.
Them gorillas was looking like mad swole. You could see triceps bulging and stuff.
In the movie when he's like doing the little leg twirls on the little vines, those vines were animated in 3D.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But I feel like we also get to this point where cartoons, I think they maybe because we didn't have the technology, but like they do have a aspect where they serve as like a a different version of like the human experience, or I guess not even the human experience, but just like reality, in a sense. So when you get these 3D movies coming out and they're getting so realistic, you know what I'm saying? We're like, we damn near could just live action this and just go ahead and just get some costumes. You know what I'm saying? And like and like get it popping. So I'm with it too. I think the same thing goes for. I keep bringing video games up. Damn, nigga, just say you love video games. But like video games too. You know. I feel like games are kind of getting back into, or you're seeing like these. I don't know the term for it, but you're seeing games that don't try to like get you by, you know, graphics and stuff like that. They get you by like experience, gameplay, and like, you know, the structure of the game itself. So, but back to cartoons though. You mentioned Avatar.
Yes.
So like I low key wanted to like resend my top 3 when you said that, because I was low key sick.
Okay.
That show definitely is huge to me.
I did. So to be fair for the viewers, I did catch you off guard.
It's all right. You supposed to.
It was a little bit like
it's the fastest 2 minutes.
But you know? did you think about it and retool your choices, or is it the same?
No, I'm gonna stand on business.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stand on what I said.
Okay.
You feel me?
I respect it.
Shout out Juicy. Shout out Drake.
It.
But no, it just made me think about it. Avatar, I'm like you, I watch that probably once a year too. And the cool thing about like, I'm not really big into anime, but I feel like anime definitely, those shows really like touch on some like deep things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, again, as a kid, I wasn't thinking deep, but I like, is it Uncle Iroh? Mm-hmm. The fire dude's uncle.
Yeah.
Zuko's uncle. Yeah, his wisdom is like crazy, and like going back and watching it every time, I almost like learn something new. It could be the same thing he says, but like, oh, he means that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And,
if you're a fan of Avatar, tell us in the comments who your favorite character is.
For sure.
I feel like everybody that watches Avatar has a favorite character.
Yeah.
I think like the most like, it's almost cliche now, is like Zuko is like people's favorite character.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because of his character arc, the way he starts and how conflicted he is. With trying to restore his honor.
Yeah.
And get his rightful, crown of the throne of the Fire Lord.
Yeah.
And how he transforms into this person that ends up helping the Avatar.
Facts.
And stands up to his dad and says like, it's not my destiny to stop you, but like it's his destiny, but I'm gonna do whatever I can to stop you with him.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful character arc, because it like shows like, it's kind of like it touches into Star Wars a little bit, right?
Oh man, you was reading my mind, bro.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say that. But before we get to Star Wars,
I was about to say, I was trying to hold back.
I don't want to do the tangent quite yet. We gonna get there.
I feel it. Damn, you just shut that shit down.
But for me personally, like there are so many good characters in Avatar. I mean, you have Sokka, you have Katara, you have Toph, you have Aang, obviously. Appa, who's a character within himself.
Really though.
Like my son's favorite character is Appa.
Yeah.
He calls the show Appa. He's like, you want to put it on? He's like, Daddy, Appa? And I'm like, yeah, we can watch Appa.
You like, you damn right, son. Sit down. I got a bowl of Cheerios for both of us.
I can't stress though how like excited I am, and I'm a little cautiously optimistic about it. The Avatar live action that's coming to Netflix in February of next year. It should be interesting, but I think Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, the showrunners, creators, they stepped down from the writing on the show, like in the middle of filming, in the middle of production. So that could be a red flag, but there's also like a lot of layers to why that could happen. They said it could be financial reasons. Okay. It could be like some creative differences.
Got you.
But they're not all the writers that were originally on the original show that left. There's some writers still that's been on production for the season. So it's still gonna be good. It's still gonna be great. I've seen some of the clips.
About that one, Mike.
We'll drop a couple of clips here in the video so you can see. I'm sorry, a couple of stills so we can see the characters. You'll show like Uncle Iroh. I think they had Azula. They had Zuko. So we'll show those in the video. But it looks pretty good though.
Well, let me say this. I remember the last Airbender movie. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. I remember it.
That's a different story.
I know. It was. I think it was ranked the worst film. Dude, since like 1950. That's like
a at this point it's like a cursed movie.
Scale.
It's like a cursed film because it's like M. Night Shyamalan basically watched like the first like season barely of Avatar and was like, let's make the movie. didn't put any TLC into it at all. And I think the whole world knows that movie is just a shitty adaptation of the
deep doo-doo.
You know what I mean? So
that was
just like One Piece
that
though
was trash.
is getting like glorious like reviews. I think Avatar's gonna follow in suit
for sure.
Because these episodes are more expensive than Game of Thrones episodes.
Wow.
The money that they're pouring into the Avatar, you can probably fact check me on that, but the production prices per episode is more than Game of Thrones, which is known to have the highest budget per episode.
I gotta do it, Massa. I must insert a Star Wars little fact real quick, Massa.
Let's get it.
Nigga, budget does not mean a thing to me, unfortunately, just because Star Wars gets like the biggest budget.
It doesn't.
And I'm at this point, you can't just wow me with special effects and stuff like that. You know, I mean you can, but it definitely won't last. But I'm gonna give you the respect to just go into it with high hopes because one, it's a huge show, and I think that. It doesn't take a lot to get that show right. You know what I'm saying?
I think of shows as like a melting pot, right? Like you said, budget is not everything.
Facts.
So it takes like the writers to be right. That's why we talked about the writers. It takes a budget.
Yeah.
It's not everything though. Like you said, a big $100 million per episode budget could mean still spell shit.
Yeah.
Also, the casting is important. Who you're casting.
Yep.
To be on the screen.
Facts.
The chemistry of the cast.
Yep.
Things like that. So it's like a melting pot, and it's like I'm hoping that mixture that they put together is like good for consumption. Good content, and I hope it is. Honestly, they've been taking their time on it. So
the last thing I'll say too is like when the writers, like the original writers, when they leave a project, I do get a little nervous. That's like you going to a restaurant and you like are going there for like the Southern style fried chicken. Yeah, that grandma making the back, grandma sweaty back there. Ain't nobody checked on her in a minute because she getting busy. And then they're like, Granny went home at 2. So. Don't worry, the fried chicken's still on the menu. Right. You know what I'm saying? But our main chef ain't back there. Her back
That's there. A nail biter.
Bro, get me out of there. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a recipe. You know what I'm saying?
In this case, I'll say in this case, though, the saving grace is that some of the best episodes that I enjoyed, like Zuko alone in the show, the writers that wrote those episodes, they're still on board.
Oh, that's cool.
So they wrote some of the best episodes writers, they're still on the new. So even though the creators and / writers left, maybe because of money or creative differences, I think it still should be good, and the integrity of the show should still be there. So all in all, I'm excited for sure.
One last thing, this kind of goes into like any show, especially when you're taking something and making it live action. How much do you think the actors and actresses need to be fans of the project? Like there's elements that you brought up in the shows you've liked that you really need to be into the lore to know. Yeah. Do you think anybody can just like study a role and just get into it that's like unfamiliar, or do you think that if you were to like have your show and you were like producing it, it's like I need somebody that like low key, especially for like a specific show. Yeah. I need somebody that almost was a fan at one point.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna preface by saying I have no like acting or like writing or Hollywood experience at all. I thought you could do something. This is an amateur opinion at best, just based off what I see.
Stand on Beanie.
I'm gonna stand on it 100%. But I'm saying just to preface this is an outside looking in opinion.
Somebody gonna be hating in the comments.
Based on your question, my answer to it is this: it would be important, but it's not always the thing. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, like if you think of like Tony Stark and like Robert Downey Jr., he definitely knew about the character. He knew of it, right? But he freaking nailed the character and made it his own. So, like, in some cases, you could really be passionate about the character, know all about it, like Spider-Man or any character you can name that you're about to get into to play. But it really matters about how they approach it and the effort that the actor puts into it. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Because there's examples where you can pull from both. Like, well, he didn't know anything about the role, or he knew everything about it, and they were both great, or they were both terrible. Yeah, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and maybe the saving grace also is, like you said, when you have the right melting pot together, when you don't understand 100% like the arc of a character or whatever it may be, like understand like what Zuko, right?
Zuko, yeah.
Yeah, what he's really feeling in this moment, especially in this part of the season, of the episode, whatever. Yeah. That's when like everybody else in the melting pot can kind of come together, you know what I'm saying? And, and let you know, you know what I'm saying, and help you and guide you. because that's what George Lucas did in Star Wars, and I wanted to bring Star Wars back into this shit. No, but so. Anyways, Avatar was a big for me. It was really big for me, and it still is. And if I had a top 5, that's in there for sure.
Okay,
that show's crazy. I'm a Legend of Korra fan too. I don't know if you fucked with Legend of Korra.
I do.
It did get a little
to a certain extent
off script.
I'd say like to a certain extent I do.
Yeah,
I enjoy the show. It had some big nice moments.
Yeah,
season 2 wasn't one of them. Season 4 wasn't one of them. But season 3 was
lit.
Zahir.
I like season 1 too.
He was Amon was great.
Yeah.
I put him in second place in terms of the villain, but the thing about it is we talked about serialization. So with Avatar, it was serialized. You knew from the beginning what was going to happen.
Yeah.
With Korra, it was episodic and like seasonal. So it means like with every season was defined by its villain.
Exactly.
You had Unalaq in season 2, Amon in season 1, Zahir in season 3, and then Kuvir in season 4. Zahir being the best because he was like he got her mentally, bro. He tore her up,
bro. Shook her world, man.
She was never the same. Even in season 4, she was the after effects of his villainy.
Yeah,
was and he wasn't even like a villain. He was one of those Thanos type of villains, where he had an ideology and a philosophy
was right.
that we talk about standing on it. He stood on his philosophy, even when it came down to him.
Stand on Brenner. Shaq was Shaq Diesel. Sorry.
You got you more Shaq
now. Everybody know.
This guy's impressions is crazy.
Oh, man. We got
to get Jay Farrow in here, man.
Nah, bro. Don't do that. Because bro, it'd be a 4-hour episode. I'd be like, okay, so can you, can we cover these 4?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
It's very rare to meet somebody that has the ability to, like, do impressions like that, though.
I think it has to do something that is likened to how you can just hop on the keyboard and just like hear something and get to going crazy.
Really?
It's a gift.
That's kind of how I think about it too. Like when you get into like a character real quick, and you pull your voice out, I'm like blown away. I'm like, and he be pulling out voices that I've never even heard before. Like the Shaq Diesel, I didn't even know you had that in your arsenal.
So little secret, I guess. I watch other people do it, so that's where like I start to do it.
Right.
Like I can't do a good one, and I think it's tougher being African American.
Good what? Shaq? That
No,
was a good Shaq.
No. I'm gonna get to the guy I'm talking about, which is Jack Sparrow, because it's hard to do like that with the vocal cords we got. You know, you can hear somebody on the phone and be like, okay, that's a nigga. And then you can hear somebody on the phone and be like, okay, that dude's Indian.
Wait, why Jack Sparrow? That's pretty random.
Because I love that impersonation. I just can't do it.
You like doing Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, so like, I'm going to try to do it really quick. I'm going to stand on Benny.
Fuck it, try it.
So like, one thing he always says is like, there's one thing important to know, Mike. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. But I can't really get into like, it ain't really good. Because I don't know how to do like a hit. He has like a. It's. I don't know where he's from. Where is he from?
It's a work in progress.
Is he
Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
He's from America.
He's from America?
Johnny Depp is American. He played that character.
Okay, so is he playing a British pirate?
Basically.
Okay, or UK-ish somewhere in there.
You know these like sci-fi period piece movies. They always do the default British man voice.
Yeah.
So I don't even. Yeah, he's British in the movie, I guess.
And it's like I know there's like Cockney British, and then there's like that like professor.
Cockney is like Michael Caine.
Yeah,
that's Cockney.
Yeah,
and then
like hello, Mike, I'm trying to do this. And yeah.
That's Cockney. And then you have like the North London like what we do, like
that's brilliant.
Hey, listen here, bro.
Yeah,
listen, bro.
Listen, bro. And then you have the guy that does the Nat Geo with like the penguins are like doing nothing, but he makes it sound like they're doing something like holy.
Yeah. What do we say? You go caught locking in the.
Oh, you got caught twiddling your thumbs in the ends, and they probably listening to this like book a flight to Detroit right now.
Hey, let's go.
We gotta handle Benny.
Hey, fly Delta.
But so yeah, I think there's a lot of I don't know how we got on that whole tangent, but there's a lot of cool cartoons out there, and my point that kind of was coming from this is like, so are you a Dragon Ball Z fan?
Absolutely,
bro.
What?
Shout out to my dog T-Rail. He been trying to get me on that show for a long time. Actually, no, he actually told me don't get into it because he doesn't want me like kind of getting into it and butchering. You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of being cool. He respects it and he respects me. He's like, listen, if you're gonna get into it, get all the way into it. But you telling me you don't have time to get into it? Yeah, bro, I don't play that.
So this thing about Dragon Ball Z, I will say, don't pussyfoot with it.
Don't pussyfoot with it.
If you pussyfoot with the show, you're not gonna really get it. Like I caught it when I was like younger and I had all the time in the world to watch it.
Facts.
and I found like this website, like kisscartoons.com back in the day, like these like
Kiss
little
cartoon.
Kiss cartoons.
What that really about? What that really do?
It was an anime free streaming website. Shout out Kiss Cartoons.
Yeah.
All
right, somebody go ahead and do some research on that
somebody's
website.
mind is in a weird place right now. No, but
sounds kind of sketchy.
they had a lot of filler episodes though, so get ready for that if you do watch it. Like there's a shit ton of filler. Like there's an episode where Goku and Piccolo try to get their driver's license.
Nah.
And they just suck at it because Chi-Chi, his wife, is like, you need to go get your license.
Why? Can he fly?
That's what I'm saying. It was a stupid episode, but it was funny as hell.
Bro, you know how bad I be in traffic? And I can like zoom around the world.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. It was so dumb, but it's like there's so many episodes like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also get ready for like battles taking like 25 episodes. Like one
Bro,
battle.
I heard that.
One battle.
One fight.
Like the Frieza saga was insane. I'm sitting here waiting for this man to kill Frieza for like 25 episodes.
Yeah.
That's a full season of just fighting one guy.
That is intense, bro. That's
I might be over exaggerating a little bit, but I think it was like something crazy like that, bro.
That's like, yeah. That's insane. There's no need for that.
I'm just gonna like.
How do you fight that?
I'm gonna insert a quick little sidebar. I'm so glad we're talking about cartoons because I fucking love cartoons. Bro.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't know this, dude,
say.
yeah, there's cartoon references everywhere. I mean, I guess Pac-Man is a video game cartoon. I don't know. I'm sorry, bro. I just reached so far just now.
Yeah. I was like, nah.
What you be saying? What's the Stephen A. thing you be saying? What do you be saying? I forgot. You kept saying the last episode.
You can't summarily dismiss. You can't summarily dismiss.
You can't summarily dismiss that, whatever the word is.
That's not apropos.
But yeah, so I did hear that Dragon Ball Z. Another thing too, they said like niggas be getting like.
I gotta get my Stephen A. Smith impression.
We're gonna work on it. We're gonna have an impression camp.
Yeah.
Where niggas gonna have to show up early, bright and early. But
yeah.
They said like niggas be getting like steamrolled down a hill, like blasted, and then to be like. That was nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So Dragon Ball G is interesting.
Yeah, they do like the eyebrow thing and the smile, like.
Yeah, I like when they just be sitting there like kind of floating, like.
Dude, their laugh like will grow like. and they'll be like, that didn't even faze
Wait, hold
me.
on. I got a question, bro. Who the dudes that be doing this shit?
Oh, you talking about the Ginyu Force?
Bro, if y'all not watching the video, y'all listening to the podcast,
the Captain Ginyu
bro,
Force.
if y'all can see my arms, yeah, Ginyu Force. I got the Dragon Ball Z game.
Yeah,
they're
voguing, my guy.
They was tearing my ass up.
They're hitting the Vogue
and dancing while they was beating my ass.
Dodoria, Captain Ginyu, I forgot the guy's name, starts with a Z.
Bro,
all those guys. Yeah,
bro, I literally was like dancing with them when they was beating my ass. I'm like, they doing some Chris Brown shit right now. Like that shit low key fire. And then so they was tearing me up in the video game, but I don't know the characters. Yeah. And who's a little ball motherfucker? I can't stand him.
Krillin?
Yeah, bro. What's
wrong with Krillin?
Bro, okay, so like the game, I think it's Xenoverse. You get like 5 characters on each team. The computer's one team, and then you got your 5.
Yeah.
I think depending where you are in the game, it picks your 5.
Yeah.
Bro, this nigga was gone after like the first hit every time I fought.
Oh, because Krillin sucks.
I would just be like, oh, he with me? I'm not even gonna count that as a 5. I got 4.
Well, listen, Krillin is the most powerful human on Earth in the Dragon Ball Z lore, but compared to Saiyans, he sucks.
Well, get him out of there. This is just Dragon Ball Z, baby.
I know that's annoying,
Yeah,
but I'm like, Krillin is like.
This ain't Karate Kid, cuz.
Krillin's terrible. Yamcha too. Shout out Yamcha. He has the worst character arc ever. He's just so unfortunate.
But he looks big though, doesn't he?
He got the long the ball.
Yeah. Okay.
Scar on his face. He's got like a scar on
At least he looks sweet.
Yeah.
He'll fool me. Krillin a little motherfucker. Like I didn't expect much, and I got even I get even more disappointed.
One thing I will say, like Krillin does suck, but like his character is like he's the realest friend you can.
He seems loyal.
He's solid.
Yeah, I think even in the game he says something.
Everybody needs a Krillin in their life.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say. Like for real.
Sure. Yeah, I think he would like cover your tab or something like that.
You're like I'm not trying to say like you suck or something.
God, bro.
I'm not trying to say you suck or whatever.
Yo,
that's not what I'm saying.
Am I Krillin, bro?
But you're like Krillin to me, bro.
That, bro.
He's a solid guy. You're like in that respect.
Listen,
you're Krillin.
If I'm Krillin, I'm grabbing them Dragon Balls and wishing for fucking sand power. Right. Cause let it be the last day anybody
you would
would call
think
me.
that he would have thought of that by now, but he never did. Because they can ask Shenron for anything. They can summon Shenron and just say, hey, can you make me as powerful as...
I feel like that dragon was up there smoking like, bro, I can't even help you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. These boys ain't gonna do nothing for you.
I cannot help you,
Oh, that's how they talk. See, I go butchering. I'm talking about the dragons out here smoking.
Nah, you good, bro. Like,
but Dragon Ball Z, though, they do have a lot of deep references in that show.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I know use that, like, for their personal lives. I know people that work out to, I got a friend that works out to, like, Vegeta's, like, best moment, like, compilation on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's just him just, like, talking to himself, I think. Like, I cannot lose. There's no way I can just quit now. Everybody's depending on.
Wow.
And, you know, if I walk by the TV and I hear that, I'd be like, oh, damn, bro, just, you know, in his feelings. But, like, people can actually, like live off that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like how in Star Wars you can, my bad. But
man, if you don't cut these Star Wars, we're gonna talk about it in another episode.
Be off on the games to that lightsaber.
I gotta do my research though. This is my Achilles is the Star Wars lore. If we're talking like, you know, like the, you know, episode 4, 5, and 6, we can go there.
Yeah.
Maybe 1, 2, 3 as well. We can go there. But like the newer stuff,
there's only.
I don't even think I'm really super missing anything because like I've heard like a lot of like, bro, I don't like the new stuff. So.
We don't even know if it's Star Wars. I think that might be a whole nother show, and they've been capping.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. But I'm gonna do my research and we're gonna talk about it because I know that like there's some cartoons that are good, like Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I've seen like I watched like a few episodes or like.
Those are really deep. You get a lot of lore in that show.
Yeah. I've seen Mandalorian. We could talk that one. So we'll save that for another episode. We'll talk Star Wars because my man is itching to talk Star Wars, and I do want to talk about it too.
Yeah, bro.
It's a great.
It's all good, bro. It's gonna be a day where you ain't gonna have no option. Cause I'm not gonna answer any question you ask me,
and I'll be prepared.
Unless it's a Star Wars one.
I'm gonna be prepared.
You better wear a robe.
Hey, I ain't worried about
a Jedi
it.
robe.
So let's wrap it up, man. So like, we talked about Avatar, we talked about Dragon Ball Z, which you gotta watch for sure.
Yeah.
You've been watching a lot of anime. I know we've been talking like
Attack on Titan. Oh my god.
Oh man, that's a whole nother episode.
Bro, I said that The Walking Dead in the previous episode was like the one of the most depressing shows I've ever watched. I take that back. That show. There's no winner in that show.
I've never watched The Walking Dead, but there's no way there's nothing more depressing than Attack on Titan. No. There's no hope in that show.
You know what makes it worse?
What?
When you're in Eren Yeager's head. Is it Yeager?
Yes.
Yeah. When you're in his head and you hear him talking to himself,
yeah,
that shit sucks, bro. Bro is so fucked up.
Yeah, because he's so defeated. He's like mentally done, bro. Like,
bro. And it's crazy because like I didn't know like because he got that founder Titan or whatever. Like he kind of was saying things as a kid. Yeah. That like reference what he's gonna do in the end, but just in a different scope.
Right. Yeah.
Like he was always saying like I'm gonna. What did he say? Like I'm gonna I forget what he said exactly, but like his desire to just like end things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get them back. Like you don't really know who he's talking about because no matter who he's fighting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's still like all like the same. I don't know if that even makes sense. I probably just butchered that. Anyways, just know that like there's so much to it.
I was trying to figure out where you were going with it, but
yeah, I think listen.
We'll save it for another episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose you sometimes. Yeah, that's just how it is.
Sound off in the comments. Who's your favorite character on Dragon Ball Z and also Attack on Titan for sure? Yeah, as well as the Avatar. We're gonna wrap it up with this before our break. There's a lot of great cartoons out there, man.
A whole bunch.
Like I talked about yesterday, Avatar, Gravity Falls, Regular Show. Those are like my favorite. Yeah. Yours was Scooby Doo, Jimmy Neutron.
That sounds lame as hell when you say it like that. Yours was Scooby Doo.
Hey, bro, Scooby Doo. That's a golden show. Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents, all great shows. Definitely. We'll wrap it up with the cartoon talk. We'll talk about some more series. We're going to take a quick break. Yep. Don't y'all go anywhere.
Do something. Go clean them dishes. Come on, y'all.
We're going to get Raw to do some push-ups, wake his ass up. And then we'll be right back, y'all, okay? We are back, y'all. Back for part 2 of episode 3. Had to take a little bit of a break.
My tees. That was a little better. Nah, we working.
Let's go. I think we done woke Raw up now, y'all. I think he's good.
I'm up. This energy kind of boosted me.
Yeah.
As it was intended to. So shout out.
Had a little bit of a situation. We ain't gonna get too much into it.
We weren't supposed to tell him that.
just know there was a little. No, we gotta be transparent.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of a situation.
It's all good.
But we don't work through it.
Yeah.
Technical shit though. Technical situation.
Yeah, that's gonna happen, man. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Always
100%.
keep going. You know what I'm saying?
So we for part 2 of the episode, we wanted to just touch base on something that we're gonna be sprinkling throughout all the episodes. I believe something that I.
Go ahead, bro.
I have been a proponent of and practicing in the last few months and the last year or so really heavily, which is mental health.
Yep.
We are by no means mental health professionals, but we are experiencing it because we've worked through our own mental health issues.
Yep.
I think I can speak for both of us.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What is the biggest mental health goal that you recently have had and you have achieved?
I think it's just being able to grab onto something that can bring like instant joy into your life.
Right.
Or I say a better feeling. I think that if you look, you'll definitely find something going wrong, either in your life, one of your loved ones' lives, or in the world that could instantly get you in a funk. But I think the opposite is also true. Being able to, grab onto something, anchor into something, put your mind on something that just, can get you to smile a little bit or just get a higher feeling thought. I think that on the emotional scale, depression being like the lowest of emotions, you know what I'm saying? If it's like a river flowing, depression is like very slow moving water. I think that if you can get from depression up to like anger, you know what I'm saying? At least you're going up. Right. In that state, you may not be able to grab onto something that's gonna be good that you're, using to like find a better feeling. But I use that analogy just because when you're in a certain state, I think you can if you look hard enough, you can get your mind to quiet. You can get to finding something that will help you get to that better feeling thought. So my biggest thing is like anytime I'm feeling a little bit low, a little bit dull, a little bit out of pocket, it could be something like, it just may sound a little bit cheesy, but bro, when I walk outside and the sun's shining and it hits my face, and even in a cold day you feel that warmth, that gets me feeling good. Even not in the sense of like I walk outside and I'm skipping, but it's like, damn, it's a good day. And I really embrace that moment and I'm aware of those moments. So that's my biggest thing is like being able to grab onto that better feeling thought, because I feel like that's the catalyst for the next thoughts and the next emotion that, follows. So
yeah,
that's my
I like
thing.
that. I like that a lot.
Appreciate it.
Wanting to elevate your levels of being, and how you feel and how you operate and how you maneuver. No, 100%. I think that's a great goal to have. I have a myriad of like mental health goals.
Okay.
But I think one in the last year that I think I was able to get a hold of and like get control of in my life was finding peace and maintaining peace.
Okay.
Trying to find the right balance in life. There are situations that can be stressful or high stakes or out of your control sometimes that can come your way. And being able to maintain peace throughout any situation. And there could be good times where you're just like, feeling good about something and life is on a high. There's still things during those times that could interrupt your peace, right? So, and for me, people will ask, what is peace to you? Peace means when I go to bed at night, I can go straight to sleep. There's nothing that's keeping me up and has my mind pacing. There's nothing that's distracting me from a clear state of mind. That also includes like substances. Yeah. I stopped smoking weed back in. The last time I smoked weed was like December of 2021. Okay. December 31st, 2021. I got high, like the New Year's Eve, going into New Year's. I remember, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. And the reason why I stopped is because like I get paranoid when I smoke weed, and it doesn't bring me any kind of peace. It brings me paranoia and like puts me in a weird mind state. People that know about psychosis know what I'm talking about. It's an intense experience, and you can't get your mind under control. And I hated that feeling, and I never wanted to feel that way again. So that's why I stopped. But I know that doesn't happen to everybody that smokes weed, and that's totally fine. But things like that, like alcohol can be that for a lot of people. It's not really my vice in terms of my peace. And we can go really deep into it, but like at the end of the day, I just feel like the number one priority for myself here and overall, over all the mental health goals I have is like achieving peace in my life when I come home, peace in my work, peace in what I do, peace with my friends. If there's like situations that arise with me and my friends or people that I love and my family members, I feel like peace can be achieved through communication. So like trying to find that in every aspect of life, I think it breeds like a happier, more enjoyable quality of life. You know,
I think peace is in my perspective, peace is like taking like what I said by trying to find that better feeling thought, whatever it is. It's almost like when you have peace, you've gotten really good at that, where you don't have to keep looking for something good to remind you why you're happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You kind of are. You're like on this like autopilot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like small adjustments, like autopilot. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. I know you as a peaceful guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
I try.
Sometimes it's funny because like in a moment of unrest, you'll be sitting and looking at people like, bro, we good, like, or not in a selfish way, but bro, I'm good. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you aren't, I'm here. But that's good about being a person that has peace, is because you can now be that good person or a good shoulder to lean on, a good advocate of the next idea. You could be the good you know, you're the guy that has the advice that I would want to trust the most, because you're coming from a perspective that you don't have those distractions in your head. You don't have that imbalance of like too much emotion, too much logic. You're kind of like at that nice like leveled perspective, and I think that's
staying even keeled, and level headed is something I had to teach myself, because I grew up in a really chaotic household. Like, my household was very chaotic, and we can get to this. We can get this to more episodes, but I think a lot of people can relate to this.
Facts.
Growing up in homes that have abuse, psychological, verbal, mental, physical abuse, things like that. Those households are chaotic, and out of that, like, you can become a peaceful person and not have to live your life in that way. And it's hard. It's a journey, and for me, it was a journey. So my consummate paramount goal is always achieving peace and keeping that peace with everybody around me.
That's good.
And if that sometimes means like parting ways with folks that aren't helping, maintain that peace, then that's what I do. But those I think that are worth it, I will communicate and say, hey, this was something that knocked me off a little bit, and we should talk about it.
Communication goes a long way, and I think it solves
everything.
It solves like 60% of the problems I think in this world is communication.
Yeah, you know it's everything, literally.
Yeah. And being able to communicate is a skill.
Yes.
There's some like study I think that like people with lower vocabulary, and it's a study, I don't know if this is like proven, but like they were seeing if people with a lower vocabulary found themselves in trouble more, like either in prison or they were, fired from jobs more often, or struggle to, balance and or maintain relationships and stuff like that. I don't know all the results, but
I could see that easily being like the results of that case study, because if you're not like, if you can't communicate, that taps into like, if you can't communicate what you're feeling or what you're saying, it's gonna come across either wrong context, or you just don't know how to. I think like people talk about like Michael Jackson had that problem. He didn't know how to say what he wanted to say the right way, or like a Kanye West type of person.
It's crazy because those are both artists. You would think it'd be so easy.
Not to say that they don't have higher level vocabularies, but that definitely makes sense. It's like I don't really know how to say it, so I lean on like.
And it's important the words you choose, like bro,
like superlatives. I lean on those.
I used to hate in being in a relationship with a girl, and the word literally was thrown in, or always. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like
you You always saying that. You always doing this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You always forgetting to pick me up.
I literally.
Yeah, but like when I heard that, I'm like, bro, nah, we gotta fact check that, because there is no always. There is no like. You literally were trying to like use your words the right way, because I want to be able to, honestly look you in the eye and say, I'm listening to what you're saying. I want to take in, how you really feel. And a lot of times I knew that she didn't mean that, you know what I'm saying? Or in any situation that people don't always mean what they say. But to the other side of it, if you do know what you're trying to say and you do know how to get it across, it's a skill set, and it'll help you.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, like, in therapy and stuff, they do challenge people to, like, get into something that, like, allows you to help express yourself. Because communication could be, like tattoos could be communication. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
Your music, my photography, videography, whatever it may be, bro, just your personality in itself is communication.
That's a
but
good
just
one.
being able to do it.
I think photography and videography is a form of communication. You're
It is.
communicating something.
It is.
Like movies and
Yeah.
pictures.
And
yeah.
people's style.
That's good.
You can see someone's style. Like, bro, there's so many photographers in the Detroit area. Shout out to all these great people doing it.
So many.
But, like, we all have different styles. And you can see, and even, like, how you shoot. Like, I know Spike Lee said this. This is kind of going a little bit away from it. But, like, when he shot, I think it's Do the Right Thing, he didn't have all the equipment. I think he had, like, 2 cameras or something crazy.
Oh, okay.
And he was saying, like, he really wanted to show like, the tone of a scene. So, like, when he wanted somebody, like, when the guy, what's the guy with the juice box? I forget his name. Radio Raheem or something. Not Radio Raheem. I forget the guy's name, but he was like the big bad guy.
Yeah.
And he was shooting from the ground up. So when you saw him on TV, he like a giant.
Right.
And he's a big guy.
Right.
But it's little things like that.
Communicating a menacing character. Yeah. It's communication.
Yeah.
Without talking.
Yeah. And I think that showed.
Visual communication is what we're talking about. Yeah.
And for the scene, that's what it did. But also, when you look at all of Spike Lee's work, he's somebody that's really bold, and he's always trying to be big, bold. Like, he's like one of those guys.
Right.
Courtside, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always making a statement.
Okay.
Never would be shy to speak about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I like that. So you're right.
Sure.
You're definitely right about that.
For sure. No, I think that you've touched on some great points. Communication is more than just words.
I'll try, Mike.
And
working on it.
And you've done well.
Well, everybody know I'm Big Daddy.
Young Padawan.
He's little daddy.
Little Star Wars
Pass me the ball, I'm gonna dunk it. Big Shaq in the house. And let me tell you one thing. We're gonna bring Star Wars up on the episode. We're gonna talk about it.
Biggest great man in the game.
Hey, you know what you should do is a Charles Barkley.
I'll figure it out.
That's tough.
That's really tough. I've never seen a really good one yet.
And no disrespect to the GOAT. He's a really, really, really underrated hooper. We can get to that.
Yeah, we can.
But something about Charles, yeah, you got to, like, dumb down a little bit to get in first.
Let's talk about that for sure at another episode. That's interesting. Yeah. Underrated hoopers.
Oh, man.
We'll get into that. But just to, like, finish out what we're talking about here, guys, we want to get more deep into mental health because I think it's important for our community as Black men. Yeah. But also, like, as at large as a human race, I think it's important for everybody to hone in. What is your piece? Yeah. What level of communication are you at? Where does your emotional intelligence lie? Yeah. Right. So, and how can you improve on those things? Yeah.
Mental health is something that I feel like we think about it as something separate from us, but it is if you're alive, you're living your mental, and you're either healthy or you're not healthy. So it does need to be something because it is an ongoing,
always
part of you.
It doesn't matter if you feel like you've healed. It's gonna some other scar is gonna happen in your life, right? Yeah. And you got to be able to heal it. But one last thing that I'll say is this. I'll wrap up with this. There are many ways in which you can achieve this, and people are aware. Talking, communicating to a professional like a therapist, family, friends who you can count on their words and believe what they say and
trust.
Yep. And then last but not least, my biggest proponent, we talk about this all the time, is meditation.
Let's get into it.
And self-guided meditation.
Yeah.
Talking yourself through your meditation. I used to have difficulty trying to meditate because I'm just sitting there silently. Yeah. But guided meditation, talking to yourself through how you want to process things and live things through. And so I want to get deeper into that in another episode. Meditation is a huge thing for me. Therapy as well. Yeah. But that's what we're going to get into next time. Did you have any closing thoughts for this episode?
No, you're right. I think meditation is huge. Meditation, prayer, just a conversation with yourself. Those things are going to happen also regardless. Yeah. There's not too many times in your day where you're like quiet with just yourself. Like no distractions. Like sometimes not even hearing a bird outside. And those moments I think are the the opportunities where you can really get into your catalog and like start to do, like I say, file maintenance, like you're cleaning up a hard drive.
That's right.
So yeah, we'll get into that. But again, very essential, in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be a dark thing. You know,
it never does. Yeah. It's always for the better.
Yeah.
100%. But man, I really enjoy having mental health conversations.
They didn't know we could do that.
We got depth.
We got depth.
We're layered.
We get deep. We like the Warriors.
You know,
we got depth.
It's like an onion. We're going to peel this layer by layer.
By layer, like Shrek.
You know, so, but that's cool. I think the viewers are going to get to know more about us.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments, like, what's your mental health journey? We want to hear more about it. And we want to help talk to anybody who may need a little bit of help getting started.
Yep.
We're not by any means experts, but we have had situations where we've had to go down a path and go on a journey.
Yeah.
And for the better, and we're still at it every day. So if you want to sound off in the comments about any mental health situation that you have overcame or are overcoming or want to overcome, let us know below.
Hit us up.
Just to wrap up, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. We're doing this just out of the passion and the drive of our hearts. If you really like what we do, you enjoy our conversations,
You do.
we're going to just be presumptuous and just say that you do. We want you to donate to our Patreon page. It's linked below. Anything that you can do to help this page and this channel to continue to succeed, we would definitely appreciate it. So that is enough cyber begging for this episode. Cyber begging. The art of cyber begging. No.
Do you?
No.
But
you just tuned into episode 3 of
sure
the Amor Fati podcast.
Spell
Capital AMOR.
Spell check.
Capital FATI.
Sounds good.
Get it right. I've been Mav.
And I'm always gonna be raw.
You know what I'm saying? Tune in next time, y'all.
Go as far as you can see, and once you get there, you'll see further.
Period.